everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. I had to talk to you guys today about this guy I met at the grocery store. It is all about money. Let me get right into it. I met a guy at the grocery store and we ended up getting into a long conversation. This doesn't happen that often, but this conversation I think would interest many of you. That's why I wanted to share it with you. We started talking about a bunch of different things, but then we started talking about money, jobs, and income. And this is where you guys come in. This man told me that him and his wife are both engineers. I don't know what kind of engineer his wife is, but he's a software engineer. He did share with me, however, that him and his wife do make a very healthy income and that they really love what they're doing. You're probably wondering, well, why are you sharing this with me? This is what he said to me. He said, my wife and I make a very healthy income, but if you were to see the cars we drive, the house we live in, and the clothes we wear, you would never think so. And I said, really? Why is that? He said, well, we do buy what we value. And if something is worth it, for example, I think he did tell me he owns Toyotas. He said that he will buy a vehicle or a pair of shoes that may cost more that he gets value from, but he's not going to just go buy a designer shirt because everyone else is. In other words, if he feels that it's a good quality product, he'll spend the money, but he's not out there to show people he has money. I thought that was interesting because from every person I've met that is in computers and engineering and things like that, they're all the same way, and they do a lot of research before they purchase, which is what he said. Before making a purchase, he does a lot of research so that he gets the most value for what he bought. Now, this man turned 40, I think about a year ago, and he told me that the other thing is they live off less than half of what they make because they make a healthy income, okay? And the other bit of money that he makes, they invest it. And he said at age 40, they already became millionaires. And so I thought that was interesting. He loves investing, and so if anything did happen with his job, he would maybe do investing because he really enjoys it, and he already is a millionaire. So number one, him and his wife have really good careers. Number two, they live frugally yet comfortably and good value out of what they make. Number three, they invest a lot because they make a good healthy income. I mean, if not saying you can't invest if you make $20,000 or $30,000, but if you and your wife say are making $150,000 a year, you could afford to live really frugally. Maybe we'll say off $60,000 a year, and you could, after tax and everything, you could probably invest the rest if you want, or put it into a business or something like that. So he invests a lot. So the other thing that he told me, and this is what I thought was really interesting, he said the one thing that I do is I'm constantly going, back to school and learning new skills and learning new things coming up. He says, I make myself really marketable so he is in demand. He said there's 4 people right now at other engineering firms that are offering him jobs. And he's actually thinking about it depending on what the pay is and what the job entails. But he is in a position where he's a software engineer where there aren't other people at his skill level, so that he is not replaceable. Many times I've heard people say this at any kind of job, it doesn't matter what kind, not just engineering, that I am replaceable. Well, I've heard this said many times that if you are at a job, make it where you are not replaceable, where you may be in demand and offered, and you learn skills and you're constantly learning things that where maybe other people are companies are wanting to come to you saying, hey, he went back to school, he has this certificate, he knows all these different types of skills that our other engineers don't have. So like I said, he lives off less than half the income, he invests, he lives frugally, he buys quality, and he knows how to save money, and he does his research, and he's constantly educating himself and learning and making himself marketable. I tell you, and he's, like I said, I think he's 41 or 42, and this guy was brilliant. I just had, this conversation was really interesting. I'm not saying I couldn't go back to college, but it does make me think that if I could go back to school, as long as I had the skill level and the interest, it would make me think about maybe doing something else and how can I make myself, and how can you guys, if you are working, that is, make yourself so marketable and so in demand that everybody wants you. I wanted to ask this guy to adopt me, but, you know, didn't think he would. That being said, I just thought I would share all of this with you guys. I just wanted to tell you, I love you, I appreciate you, and I'd love comments on what you think about this young man that I met. That's all for now. Love you. Bye.